Hi, my name is Brian Willis. This is for my final project. This week, we're going to be talking about how to properly use fire extinguishers. So my project is called Fighting Fires. Analysis. To teach anyone how to properly use a fire extinguisher, to decrease injuries from small fires or to stop small fires from growing, which can cause property damage and can lead to deaths. Assessment. Understanding how to work a fire extinguisher and know all key point factors to fight against small fires. To know when it's the best to use a fire extinguisher and when not to. The issue. Approximately more than 4,000 Americans die each year in fires. About 20,000 people are injured from fires because they do not know how to use a fire extinguisher.
What's this? Hooray!
Goals. By the end of this presentation, you'll be able to process and identify all classes of fire extinguishers and how to properly execute PASS. By learning all classes of fire extinguishers, you'll be able to properly identify what equipment to use for each situation. Risk assessment, very low. We're in a safe environment right now. What is a fire extinguisher? A fire extinguisher is an active fire protection device. What fires you can fight? Fire extinguishers can only diffuse small fires. Ceiling fires or fires that is out of control is the best for you to evacuate and call professional help by dialing 911. So you should never ever risk to fight a fire that is out of control because it can cause loss of life. So this is a video that we're going to watch to show you how to do PASS.
Short video will cover how to properly use a fire extinguisher using the PASS method. Now it's important to note that if a fire does occur in your workplace, that you follow these 3 important steps. Step 1. Once you've seen the fire, first grab the closest fire extinguisher, ensuring it's the correct type and class appropriate to extinguish the fire, and always make sure to keep your back to an unobstructed exit. If you do not think that you can put out the fire safely, make sure to evacuate the building. Step 2. Once you have your fire extinguisher, stand 6 to 8 feet away from the fire. Step 3. Follow the PASS 4-step procedure. First is P for pull. Pulling the pin unlocks the operating lever and allows you to discharge the extinguisher. Next is A for aim. Make sure to aim the extinguisher nozzle or hose at the base of the fire. The first S is squeeze. Squeeze the lever. This discharges the extinguishing agent. Releasing the lever will stop the discharge. The second S is for sweep. While discharging the extinguisher, start moving towards the fire. Keep the extinguisher aimed at the base of the fire and sweep back and forth until the flames appear to be out. Once the fire has been extinguished, make sure to watch the fire area. If the fire reignites, repeat the process. Always remember that smoke generated from the fire can be harmful and even fatal. Never attempt to extinguish a fire unless it is safe to do so. Now to recap the PASS 4-step procedure. P is for pull the pin. A is for aim the nozzle. The first S is for squeeze the lever. And the second S is for sweep.
So what is PASS and how does it benefit you? PASS was developed to help people remember how to properly function a fire extinguisher. Remember, this is an easy abbreviation that can help you fight against small active fires. And they're having this in every home and mostly every apartment complex, anywhere that in the kitchen area to show how people to use a fire extinguisher. P for pull the pin, A to aim, S to squeeze, and S to sweep. So now we're going to talk about different fire extinguishers that work for different situations. There are different types of fire extinguishers. Knowing the difference between the type of fire you're fighting will better your chances of putting out the fire. This portion will help you to get a better understanding of how to identify each fire extinguisher and their different functions. These are the different classes. So now we're going to talk about them. Class A fire extinguishers. These extinguishers are used only for wood, paper, and textiles. It's basically a water substance mixed with chemicals that help prevent fires from burning even more. Because sometimes when you have wood, paper, and you have a fire extinguisher that is not the right one, it can make the fire even go out of control. Class B fire extinguishers. Fire extinguishers with a Class B is effective against flammable liquid. For example, cooking oil, kerosene, and gasolines. These fire extinguishers you're mostly going to be using in kitchens for kitchen fires or anything, oil spills or anything like that. Class C fire extinguishers. Class C fire extinguishers fight against any type of electrical fire. So anything that has to do with an outlet or outside that has an electrical panel. You don't want to use a regular water type fire extinguisher because that can make it worse. So this is a better foam substance that stops the electrical current from spreading.
Yeah. Okay. And at the
Class D fire extinguishers. Class D fire extinguishers are used on combustible metals such as magnesium, titanium, sodium, and these extinguishers doesn't react with burning metals. So these fire extinguishers you would see mostly on construction sites or if someone's building a building with metal inside the walls. Class K fire extinguishers. These fire extinguishers are very unique because it's used in mainly kitchens. This is another one that's also in kitchens too. These are for cooking oil fires and also wood paper.
You did a great job.
So review. Fire extinguishers are used for small active fires. Anything bigger than a small active fire is required for you to find a safe spot away from the fire and to seek professional help by calling 911. Always remember, past is effective action when using a fire extinguisher, and there's many different types of fire extinguishers with different small active fires, class A, B, C, D, and K. And that's the end of my presentation. Thank you for listening. This is Brian Willis. You turn around the camera. This is my wife. That is the only person I can get because of COVID situations, but thank you for listening to my presentation.